The guidelines in relation to the matter of the Auditor General's report clearly and publicly identified the Minister as having final approval authority and the right to consider other factors. This discretion was not constrained in any way by the guidelines. While there may be differing views about the fairness of the process, the Minister used the discretion she was afforded. Accordingly, the Secretary concludes, I do not believe there is a basis for you to find that the Minister had breached standards in that respect. He goes on to note that he did not find evidence that this process was unduly influenced by reference to marginal or targeted electorates. And he notes that data indicates that applications from marginal or targeted seats were approved by the Minister at a statistically similar ratio of 32% compared to the number of applications from other electorates at 36%. And he said, I find no basis for the suggestion that political considerations were the primary determining factor. On the other matter, which was raised in relation to a conflict of interest, the Secretary concluded that the timing is such that the potential conflict should have been clear. This is in relation to the gun club membership to the Minister by failing to put appropriate arrangements in place to avoid the potential for conflict, such as asking another Minister to make any decisions relating to organisations of which he was a member. The Minister had failed to do that, and the Secretary found that this was in breach of the ministerial standards. There are also a number of other matters relating to another organisation, but that one in particular dealt with a conflict of interest for an actual applicant who had received the grant. On the basis of that, and that is the conflict of interest and the failure to disclose, the Minister has tendered her resignation to me this afternoon. And I want to say a couple of things about that. Minister McKenzie has shown a great respect for the Statement of Standards. She has honoured that Statement of Standards and the decision that she has taken today by offering her resignation to me this afternoon. I want to thank Bridget McKenzie for the outstanding job she has done in serving both in my cabinet and my predecessor's cabinet. I particularly want to thank Bridget for the amazing work she has done for regional Australia and the incredible application she has shown and dedication to Australians in rural and regional areas who've been doing it tough through drought. She has been a drought champion for these farming and rural communities around the country. And this is federal cabinet. There are standards that must be upheld, and she understands that, and so do I. But I don't think that in any way takes away from the outstanding work that she has done as a minister, both in my government and my predecessor's government. And I want to thank her very much for her hard work, for her discipline, for her dedication, but particularly, Bridget, to all of those out there who I know you extended that helping hand and that warm embrace and that practical effort through the discharge of your responsibilities to ensure that those rural and regional Australians were being heard and they were being supported through some of the toughest times of their lives. You have been an absolute champion in their cause.